I was very happy to learn that one of the options for this assignment is to do a media recording. First, I would like to introduce myself to the professor of this class. My name is Nathan Logos. I live in Beaverton, Oregon. I'm 19 years old. The first question is, who are you? And if I would have to say who I am number one, a child of Christ. That's who I am. That is my identity. So, what is it being a child of Christ? Well, a child of Christ isn't just a label. Beyond being a label, it's a mindset and it's a way to live. And it's really defined by my actions as well as my words. So that kind of moves me on to question 2, where it says, what beliefs are important to you? What are your core values? How do you see yourself? And all of this ties into my belief in Christ. My most important belief is the belief that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who is God, the triune God, came down from heaven and died on the cross for my sins. And this connects to the core values that are taught in the Bible, which are morality, which are how to be a good person in the sense that you are not evil, and that we need to strive to follow Christ's example and be like Christ. And that moves on to the last part of the second question, where it says, how do you see yourself? Well, I see myself as, as Paul says, the chief of sinners. Yet I know that through Jesus Christ, who saved me, I am stamped not guilty. The third question is, what are 2 or 3 of the most important influences on how you got to be the way that you are? I would say these influences are a mix of 2 different things. 1 are physical people who are in my life, and 2 are institutions. Let's start with institutions. There are 2 institutions, maybe 3, that kind of were the most important influence on me. But I could break them down into just 1, and that would be church. And what part of church that influenced me are a few different things. It is the actual church that I went to. I went to a Christian high school, which influenced me a lot and helped in my Christian walk a lot. And then as well as that, I am very much involved in being a leader and a servant to the national youth for my association that my church is in. These are all important influences on me, and the people that I meet there are important influences on me. That brings me on to people. There are a lot of people in my life who have been extremely important influences to me and have created me into this godly person I am. I would say my father is one of those people who did that, and he helped lead me on this path towards to be like Jesus, right? But I also say my pastor, who has always been my main pastor, who has always been an amazing example for me, as well as other people that have popped up as mentors, especially the president of the same association I'm in leadership with. He has been recently, in the past year that I've worked with him, has been a crazy and amazing example for me and has influenced me to become more like Christ. People tend to perceive me well, but that is mostly due to the fact that I present myself very Christian-like. And that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. It's not like fake. If it makes any sense, when I go out, I act very Christian. I don't swear. I don't do bad things. I don't say bad things. I don't make stupid jokes. I act mature. And I just try to act like someone who is redeemed by Christ, which I am. I'm not saying in my individual life I don't do these things, but they kind of go to an extreme when I'm with people. So people do perceive me very well. And again, in the exact same vein I mentioned earlier, the only reason I am in this leadership position within my youth association is due to the fact that I am perceived well. It's honestly so much higher than I ever thought I would be in. I mean, I would like to always be more like Christ and more respected, not because of like holding position or power, but that I'm the greatest servant of Christ. I want to be the greatest servant of Christ ever. But I feel like I'm not, and that's why I can work better. I can always be better, and that's why what I would like to be is higher than what I am right now. The way that I become more like this ideal self of me, which is question 6, is that I dive deeper into the Word. I meditate more on the Word, what Jesus says in his Bible. And beyond that, I learn from others. There's so many amazing, deep Christians in my life, especially, again, on that side of the association leadership. People who are so deeply in love with Christ that they're an amazing example for me and are really people that for sure helped me in the past few years become more like Christ, become more of a servant, and made me more into what I would have liked to be, and made me many times more than I would have liked to be originally. But again, none of this is from my will, but from Christ, because Christ saved me and Christ did all of this for me. So that's the assignment. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.